For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. A woman by the name of Michaelah Montgomery is in the headlines after making an appearance at a Donald Trump rally in Atlanta. Montgomery had previously met Trump earlier this year at a Chick-fil-A, and in her speech, she would endorse the former president and criticize Kamala Harris for not doing enough for Black people, harming Black communities, and only using her Blackness to bring in votes. Now, comedian Godfrey would take to Instagram and post a video, even comparing her to Diamond and Silk, who are two Black women who would endorse Trump during his previous elections. Godfrey wouldn't stop there, but also compared Montgomery to figures like Stephen Fetchit and labeled her a coonette. What's even more interesting is in the comments under Godfrey's post was showing an overwhelming amount of support for Trump, many of them criticizing Godfrey. Now, Montgomery would take to her own Instagram to respond to those who criticized her. The post on her story read, "Me crying in the room after a bunch of nobodies called me ugly and a coon." Today we have our Comedy Hype analysts Marvin Hunter and Steve Brown on the show to talk all about it. But first, let's take a look at these clips.
This one is so smart, so sharp. She grabbed me. She gave me a kiss. I said, I think I'm never going back home to the First Lady.
You were supposed to keep that quiet.
See, now, for the average politician, that's death. For me, I don't care.
The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the Black community. All she's done is hurt the Black community since she came into the game. A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a Black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only Black when it's time to get elected. How can you be a champion for women's rights when you're taking away opportunities from biological women and giving them to transgendered ones? I'll wait, y'all, because I wasn't done. See, how can you promote equity for women and you're allowing men to play in women's sports? And what kind of feminist would still allow men to enter their sacred spaces, our bathrooms and school locker rooms? And what I think both men and women can agree on is that national security is important. Who would y'all rather see lead us into war if it were so to happen? My silk-pressed sister Kamala or the big dog Donald Trump?
Did you guys see the video of Michaelah Montgomery? I hope I got her name right. Michaelah Montgomery is the lady that hugged Donald Trump in Chick-fil-A. Remember when Donald Trump set up that meeting at Chick-fil-A? And he's talking to all those African-American workers and complimenting them, working hard, the whole nine. And Michaelah kissed him on the cheek, took a picture with him. So happy. I think he found his new coonette. Yeah. Remember the other coonettes he was with? Remember, was it Diamond and Silk? Diamond and Silk. Remember those two ladies? You'd be like, Lord have mercy. Donald Trump gonna win. Lord have mercy. He sure is. Remember that? Step and Fetch It. Remember those? So he brought her on, at the big rally to talk and laugh. And Lord, you boy, I'm so happy to be here. And it's so funny how something about his affinity to ratchet Black people. He loves ratchet Black people, doesn't he? He's fascinated with the ghetto. I love ghetto people because ghetto Black people, they're very humble, very humble. They don't try to challenge you. They don't really read a lot. They love me and I love them, especially at Chick-fil-A. But he dogs Kamala Harris all day, who is, by the way, Jamaican and Indian. Whether you like it or not, she looks like a light-skinned Black girl, so I don't care what you say. Phenotype. And he dogs her. She's stupid. She's dumb. She's the worst vice president. Really?
Now, obviously, I want to get your reactions, but first, as I mentioned, a lot of people are in Godfrey's comments and actually going against Godfrey. So I want to read some of those and then come back and get you all's thoughts. So one user said, "Big bro, please understand that me stating these facts about VP Harris is not me siding with the former administration. VP Harris' use of Megan Thee Stallion for her campaign was ridiculous. She's not forthcoming with her policies. She has a deliberate history of wrongful convictions of Black men in addition to malicious prosecution of Black men." Other people were saying, "Trump 2024, stay out of politics." Someone else, "You're wrong again, sir." Someone else again, "Bro, you need to wake up." Lastly, "Acting like Dems," meaning Democrats, "don't do this." I'm going to come to you first, Marvin. I seen you getting antsy as we were watching those videos. What's your reaction? What are your thoughts?
First, I'm with Godfrey, 110%.
Yeah.
You know, it's Megan Thee Stallion twerking, her tap dancing. Same. I would like to know, when are we as black people going to emotionally sever the ties with these type of coons? Really, because we've been dealing with it for 16 years. As soon as Barack got in office, they reared their head. You know, and there's nothing wrong being critical of our community and policing our community when you do it within the community. But when you step across the street with other people who mean us no good, and then you turn around and start wagging your finger at the community, you lost me.
Yeah.
It's always the same type of Negro. It's always the same type of Negro. We have them in our family. We have them on our jobs. We have them. You know, they villainized Barack. They uplifted Trump. They're the same Negroes that push the conspiracy theories, same ones that are demonizing Kamala right now. And they 0 for 3.
Yeah.
Because they told us Barack was the Antichrist, we elected him again. They told us Trump was a savior, we didn't elect him. And a lot of the conspiracy theories always get debunked. It's the same type of Negro. When are we gonna just completely sever ourselves emotionally from these clowns? Because all they do is get our blood pressure up.
Yeah.
They mean the community no good. And look, it's cool. You can feel however you want to feel. But you know, you ran your bath water over there. You made your bed over there. Take a bath and go lay your ass down.
Steve, let me get your thoughts. What's your reaction to it after seeing those clips?
Sad. It's crazy, man. I'm 110% with Godfrey. I'm in full agreement, and it, to me, it's embarrassing. It's I just don't understand what their end game is, but it's giving off self-hate to me.
Yeah.
Self-hate, and it's just a sad situation.
Yeah, it definitely. As I watched it, and even watched it again, it's just like it's hard to understand, like to be up there saying those types
And
of
they
things.
try to rebrand the word coon. You're not going to rebrand the word
Ever.
coon. Coon means coon. And it's been meaning that since the 1800s. You're not going to rebrand the coon. You know what I'm saying? That the activity that labels a person a coon is still that same activity. You showing out for them white folks. Hey, we're going to put it in layman's term.
Yeah.
That's what that means, and it still means that. You're not going to flip it around and say people who support Democrats, they're cooning. No, you're cooning.
And you know what's really sad about it? They are going so hard. You're going hard, but no white folks laughing at you.
Yeah.
They're laughing.
You're a tool.
They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. They don't even want you touching them. If you look at the video, every time she tried to hug him, he was all like this and this and that. He don't like you. He don't. That's just what it is.
And if you ever worked in corporate or been in any kind of organization, military, we so familiar with y'all. We so familiar with y'all. Y'all suck up and do anything to get shine, to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? We are so, and you are the type of people, you'll be the one speck in a room of white, and you'll let them call you the N-word.
They will.
You'll let them do it.
No, they
You'll
didn't.
blow it off.
He didn't mean anything.
He didn't. He just was joshing. He was joshing.
Connor didn't mean it.
Just a dumbass.
Now she would take to social media, and while she didn't mention Godfrey's name, she's speaking to people who call her coons. I want to read this because you mentioned rebranding some things, and I want to get into this. So she posted her Instagram story. She said, "Posting again for everybody that's got smoke with me and not their beloved candidate. Trump had a plan specifically for black people. It's called the Platinum Plan. Remember, y'all were mad at Ice Cube for meeting with Trump about it. I spoke about it in my speech, but y'all weren't listening because the Shade Room didn't post that part. Head to Cam's page and ask for some tangibles. Where's her plan?" She will also go on to say, "I get so much love. The haters are darn near invisible." Obviously said another word. "But every once in a while, I see somebody mad that I mention CAU all the time, and I just have to ask them, what have they done for the school that's more impactful than me? What are they doing for any current students? Y'all so worried about how I went about stuff instead of focusing on the results. I wholeheartedly understand why Harriet just shot some of y'all and kept it moving. Some of y'all just cannot be saved. I can't imagine suffering and waiting for somebody to help me rather than getting the F up and helping myself, but y'all preach that." And she would go on to say, "This is mainly people with no influence, no impact, no money, no knowledge of real sources talking too. Like, pipe down, sweetie, you could use the help too. And all you teachers, the way I'm always buying supplies and food and paying for field trips for school-aged children, y'all would rather your kids go without because they came from, or the help came from a Republican. Y'all are pathetic."
Harriet would have shot you.
Yes.
Harriet would have she would have beat your ass.
Yeah.
She would have beat your ass. Listen, I am a graduate of an HBCU, and she is definitely an embarrassment to HBCUs and what HBCUs stand for.
Yeah.
She's an embarrassment, and the thing is, for her to continue to call out her HBCU, it's a shame.
Yeah.
She's an embarrassment.
Absolutely.
The whole thing is they go out of their way, they strike matches at high noon to search for a reason to show white folks I'm not like them other Negroes. And that's all you didn't the school rebut some of the stuff she said.
Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They did. The school put out
put out a statement.
And the statement said she's not like us.
Pretty much. I just want people, to save your sanity, man. Stop engaging with these type of people, man. Especially on social media. Just block them, man. They on there for attention. They on there to get you riled up and gin up some type of controversy and try to debate you. Everybody does not deserve your presence. Right. Everybody does not deserve your emotion. Walk away from these people, block these people, restrict these people, unfollow these people.
Yeah.
Why? Why keep them there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
or just beat them up.
Now, I want to actually read the quote that you all are speaking about from CAU. So here's what they said. They said, "We are aware of the remarks made at the rally in Atlanta earlier by former President Trump concerning our nation's response to the international COVID crisis. As amongst our nation's 4,000 higher education institutions, multinational corporations, hospitals, and others to have benefited from CARES and HEERF bipartisan support garnered during the administration of former President Trump." Now here's the part. "Clark Atlanta University is appreciative of such support, but was not saved by COVID funding." So as you remember, she mentioned, they kept mentioning, I saved, I saved
our school. You know what? Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna let you go. One more thing I want to make sure we debunk, because something else that she also mentioned was about Ice Cube going to meet with the Trump administration for the Platinum Plan. That is also debunked because Ice Cube clarified that his meeting with Trump administration was not as an endorsement, but rather an olive branch to discuss his contract with Black America. Now, while people were upset at Ice Cube, it was not for Trump's Platinum Plan. Go ahead, Marvin.
Trump is a liar, and if you think that Platinum Plan was worth 2 squirts of piss, you lost your mind. All you're gonna do is pardon some more rappers and give a couple more stimulus checks, and y'all gonna be happy about it. It's ridiculous to me. And when he said that he saved HBCUs, that's the biggest slap in the face. The funding is there. They have to go lobby for it every year. All he did was cut the red tape so they didn't have to lobby for it. But then on the other end, he I can't remember the exact what he did, but he cut some funding for some other stuff that put him back even again. So he didn't do nothing. And the crazy part is, he don't know what he did.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, he don't know what he did. He doesn't understand policy. He don't know his head from a hole in the ground. He does not know that when it comes to policy and stuff like that. He delegates people. He's not a leader. He's a clown in charge.
But Marvin, what got me was he was like, "Oh, you're great HBCU," and he didn't even know the name of the college.
Familiar.
He didn't know the name of the college.
Familiar.
He had to have her come say it.
Yes,
my African American over there.
You didn't even know the name of the college.
Yeah, and just to help Trump out a little bit, we do support Clark. So here's this how you spell it, just in case you want to. But something I did find funny, somebody actually called her out on saying that, hey, you're saying that Clark saved, or Trump saved Clark, but Clark spoke out. So here's what she said. I'm going to take a piece of it. She said, "Trump and I both misspoke during our speeches due to excitement." So she's saying that they misspoke because they were so excited. And
ask her what she thinks about Central Park 5.
She probably doesn't know.
It probably don't care. No, she knows. She doesn't care. So remember, it's the same type of Negroes.
Yeah.
It's the same type of Negroes. They shun any African American program, anything that makes Black folks happy. These type of Negroes tap dance in the other direction
and shoot it down.
Shoot it down every time.
So let me ask you this question, because obviously we've seen Black people for Trump and like things like that. Do you think you're considered a coon if you support Trump? Do you think it's because you support Trump that's why you're getting that stamp of a coon?
Personally, I don't. Because some people might vote that way simply because they're Republican and they are physically, conservative, and they go that way. It's the way in which you do it. If you somebody Black and you got N-words for Trump, you are a coon.
Yeah.
You are a coon. If you showing all your gums like you got the second stir in your mouth when you around him, you know what I'm saying? All that like what she's doing on stage. You are a coon.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You going all out the way.
And it's like that thumbing their nose at the rest of us. That thumbing their nose at the rest of the Black community, because don't you think for 1 minute they don't know what they're doing and they know the effect it's going to have. But you know, with me, I don't care. So I'm sure you're gonna get some people in the comments about this. I always get some people in the comments. You shouldn't care what they think. I don't F with folks like you know it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Y'all done got Marvin mad.
It's a sensitive issue. You know what I'm saying? My dad was in the civil rights. I don't do that. I don't do that tap dancing, man. I just don't.
Yeah. Tap dancing, hard as hell. And at the end of the day, them folks don't even like you.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Yeah. And I always find it funny just how, now, while I don't, and I think we even had a discussion about having Meg Thee Stallion there twerking while we didn't like it. It's just funny how they use like, oh, they're using Meg Thee Stallion for propaganda, and it's like, but what do you think you're there for? Yeah. You know, at the end, you know, you heard her.
You are Megan Thee Stallion. You are Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, now hold on. Now using Megan Thee Stallion, I think that was just bad PR to me. I don't think it was any type of propaganda to get black votes. I just think they just chose the wrong person. But you.
Well, I kind of disagree with that. I think it was propaganda. It was a little bit. It was a little bit. You know,
I think it was strategic because at least she had, you know, she recently experienced the gun violence, you know, in the situation that worked.
But twerking ain't had nothing to do with it. The twerking ain't had nothing to do with it.
Okay, Marvin, that's what I disagree with. Now I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it, but it wasn't the place or the time.
Correct.
There's a red-blooded male.
Can I say this? I liked it, but it wasn't the place or the time.
Yeah.
There's a red-blooded male.
Can somebody zoom in? Can somebody zoom in? I liked it, but it wasn't the place or the time.
Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't like it. I just find it funny how they're just so quick to, because at the end you heard her, she kept promoting like everything that she had, and at the very end she gave her website and she was like, I'm the one to mobilize black people to get them to vote for you. So it's like, you just said Kamala's using Megan as propaganda for black people, but here you are pushing the same thing, like, oh, by the way, hey, book me if you need me to move the black people.
Negroes like that are always comfortable being a tool.
And you know, another thing, I don't think Kamala's doing this, well, vote for me because I'm black or whatever and this and that. I don't think people are really thinking that as much as, you know what, we just don't want him.
Yeah.
We just don't want
you know, stop saying like
Kamala could be polka dot pink, green, or whatever. We just don't want you.
I don't give a damn what color she is. I'm not voting for her. I'm voting against him.
Yeah.
I don't like Dorito chips color.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Dorito Jesus gotta go.
And for the people that's just misconstruing this, he is voting, but not for him.
Yeah, I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm voting against him.
Yeah.
It could be a fire hydrant there. I'll vote for a ham sandwich. It wouldn't matter.
It's the lesser of two evils, and that's just where we are as a country. But as always, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. I know it's a sensitive one, so Marvin, thank you for pushing through that one. I'm gonna give you some time because I seen when we were watching the video, I was like, Marvin is getting riled up. But it's because you care, and we love that.
It's like we're in a bad movie. It's like we're in a cartoon right now. Right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. For 16 years, we've been dealing with these type of Negroes.
Yeah.
For 16 years.
Yeah.
But what really got me is when Meg twerked. She was wrong, but it was the wrong time. Anybody see her twerk? It was the wrong time.
Now, Steve.
It was the wrong time.
Steve.
Follow me at Comedian Marvin H1. That's Comedian Marvin H1 on Instagram and TikTok, and Marvin Hunter on Facebook. Not for the faint. Strange times. Strange times we living in. Coming up, we'll be in Montgomery, right, with you, right?
Yeah, be in Montgomery September 6th.
Okay, bet.
Okay.
And then it's out here on the road, man, doing my thing.
You can follow me at Comic Steve Brown on Instagram. My fan page, Comedian Steve Brown fan page on Facebook. I will be this weekend. I will be in Chicago with Damon Williams, and then next week, the 16th through the 18th, I will be at the Uptown Comedy Corner. So the tickets are going fast. Trying to sell that one out too. So yeah, y'all come out, Atlanta, be in the building.
Of course, how can people follow you and podcasts?
Oh, of course. Marvin and I, and of course a couple of other funny dudes we have.
Comedian Ballhead
like this, and Sean Larkin. Yeah, we talk like this podcast. We do it weekly, man. Grown men talking about grown men stuff is really awesome, man. Y'all check it out as
Generation X ambassadors.
Yeah. And we wear pink and green.
No, we do not.
Y'all would figure it on the podcast.
No, we do not.
You know what? As always, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Michaelah Montgomery responding to being called a coon after her Trump speech? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Do you want me to show my back out?
No, we can leave that. We can leave it in the back. Leave it in the back.